Good morning on Saturday. I am working today, so I've gone for something a little bit more substantial for breakfast. I have somebody at the door, bear with. Brief interlude for the postman. I have a sandwich. These are 2 pieces of Morrison's Bloomer bread and they weigh 50 grams between them. Then in there I've got one of the Farm Foods sausage burgers and I've got a 1 egg omelette. And the calories will be on the screen. Oh, and there's a little bit of tomato ketchup as well. Saturday lunch, I've got salad with a little bit of coleslaw and some tuna mayonnaise and a twist of cucumber. Hello. I finished at the cafe much earlier than usual today because it just wasn't busy, they didn't need me. So I just stopped at Asda to pick up some bits for quiche, and while I was there I picked up some stuff to make a cottage pie for me and Mum for tomorrow. So I'm going to go home and do those. I've just eaten 2 Reese's peanut butter pieces things. My short-term memory is absolutely shot to pieces. I ate them, held the packet in my hand and thought when I get back to the car I will film that, and then literally dropped the packet in the bin within 7 seconds of thinking that. And I was like, I've just literally... Short-term memory doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, I'm going to make a quiche, a crustless quiche. I'm going to make a cottage pie for tomorrow, and I also got some very slightly reduced, they were like £5.50 down to £4.40 or something, Caribbean chicken thighs. They sound nice, but they might have too much of a kick for me because I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to anything that's got a kick. But I'm going to cook those when I get home as well. So that's what we're off home to do now. See you in a bit in the kitchen. Okay, I'm home, I'm in the kitchen, I've got myself set up ready to go. I'm going to cook these chicken things first. So these are the Caribbean thighs that I mentioned. I've got them reduced. They were £5.25 down to £4.46, so less than a pound off. Nice one on the yellow stickers there, Asda. But yeah, they are vibrant Caribbean style chicken thighs. It says oven cooked 35 minutes. Seasoned with fruity Caribbean marinade. I should be able to manage fruity. Quiet and gypsies. It says cooking instructions. I've not got my reading glasses on. 200 or 180 fan. Mine is supposed to be fan. Do not remove any packaging, or didn't read this. Place the bagged chicken thighs on a baking tray and cook in the centre of the oven. Ensure they're portioned. Ensure the portions are evenly spaced out and flat in the bag. Okay, I didn't realise that was that cooking away. Glad I read that before I start. Flat in the bag, 180, 35 minutes. Okay Google, set an alarm for 35 minutes.
Your alarm set for 4:23 PM.
Next, I'm going to peel the potatoes for my cottage pie and get them boiling, get the other stuff on the go as well, and then start whipping up the stuff for my quiche. I need to weigh the potatoes before cooking so that I can work out the calories for the whole meal. 587 grams. I also need to write that down. Okay, they're going on to boil. Dice an onion, get it in the pan with the mince. Once that's cooked off a bit, I will chuck in a dash of Worcestershire. Now I'm English and I can say this. Worcestershire sauce, some salt and pepper, and I've got half a packet of shepherd's pie mix left over from a previous recipe, so that'll go in. And I've said it. Worcestershire, salt and pepper, shepherd's pie mix. So that can brown off, and I will start the quiche. Into my bowl for my quiche, I'm going to put 6 eggs. Voila. 1 tub of fat-free quark, fat-free quark. A diced red onion, some mixed herbs, and a diced tin of lean ham. I wanted like just ordinary ham, like not in a tin, couldn't find it, so I mean I couldn't find a small cooked ham joint, not I couldn't find ham at all. I use this tinned ham instead. And then again salt and pepper, and I've got some parmesan. So let's get whipping the... Oh no, let's chop the ham first. No, let's do the onion first. God, make your mind up, Carla. my viewers will have these tins of ham where they're from, so I thought it'd be interesting to show you this. These are possibly the most lethal weapon known to mankind. Just in case you don't have these tins, normally you get these tins with corned beef, so you get what's called a key, and that comes attached to the tin, like that. You undo it, you break it off rather, and then you find this little flap and you lift that up, and you put your key onto the flap and then you turn it. And that all makes sense so far. Right? And you turn the key, and as you turn the key, it opens the tin. All good. What it leaves behind is a razor sharp edge on both sides of the tin. And I remember reading somewhere, I've completely forgotten the statistics, but I remember reading somewhere the statistics for corned beef tin injuries in like the 70s and 80s, and it was ridiculous. So I'm going to try not to sever a thumb while I'm talking to you. Here we go, there's my tin of ham, and there is my razor sharp lethal weapon. Okay, I've just added the shepherd's pie mix to the mince. Now I'm going to dice my ham. Although I put the onion in the scales, I didn't actually bother weighing it, I just put it there somewhere to put it out of the way. So I'm going to turn the scales on now, start to weigh my ham before I put that in my recipe. £318 grams of ham. And then into my bowl, my quark, my 6 eggs and some herbs. In case you haven't come across quark before, it is a fat-free soft cheese. I don't think it's very dissimilar in its usage to cottage cheese, but I don't like cottage cheese and I don't know why. I think it's I've got an aversion to the texture of cottage cheese, which is silly if you put it in a quiche because you wouldn't have the texture there anyway, but there it is, that's how I feel about it. Mixed herbs. Teaspoon-ish. Salt. Pepper. If I can find mustard, that's a bit of Dijon. Come on, wait on. Generous lump of mustard. Just hope I wasn't too generous because I'll end up regretting it. I always forget how much I hate whisking things. I'm going to get out the lazy whisk. Can't find the lazy whisk, so I'm going with the blender. I've had this blender longer than I've had one of my children. For context, she's 26. If I remembered in time, I could have saved myself some dishes and put it straight in the blender. Guys, if you're watching this and thinking you've got a cack-handed way of going about things, put a smiley face in the comments. So yeah, I have done that in a very cack-handed way. Now there's too much in the dish. Hope you're enjoying this how not to video. I think it's going to have to go back in the bowl. You watch me lose that food to the worktop now. If you're thinking why the hell did she wash the dish, it was because I got it all underneath and I don't want that to crust all in the cooking. Right, let's give this a decent stir now. That's better. And now you can go back in. You could top this with tomatoes, in fact most people would. I'm not a massive fan of tomatoes on top of the quiche, so I'm not going to. Please fit. Oh, please don't spill. Did you spill? I don't know if it spilled or not. I was hoping that would fit as well, but hope against hope, that's not happening. 20 grams of parmesan. Right, potatoes. I'll put a link to one of these in the description box below in case you haven't got one, haven't seen one, haven't considered getting one. It is a potato ricer. It will change your life, or at the very least it will change your mash. You have discs that fit in the bottom here. You can change them to different sizes. I think I've lost all bar one of mine now, so we'll just use this one. You put your potato in there, you close it up, and it squeezes your potato right through there like a garlic press, and oh my god, no lumps, no lumps. Smooth as a baby's bottom. I'm going to add some butter because life's better with butter. I've got Lurpak lighter. On the scales, weigh the tub as full. Take out what you need. Weigh the tub again. 24 grams. That's my timer. There's my chicken. I'm going to put that to one side a minute while I finish this. So yeah, 24 grams of Lurpak lighter. And then a little bit of salt. I never add salt to the potatoes when I'm boiling them. It's not really deliberate. When the kids were small, I never added salt when I was cooking because I didn't want them to have too much salt in their diet, so I added it at the table afterwards so that it was more controlled. And because of that, I've never really got in the hang of putting it in when I'm cooking, and I have to keep reminding myself. Taste test. More salt. Second taste test, clean spoon, because this meal is not just for me. A little bit more salt. Third spoon, third taste test. Bingo. There's my mince mixture. Now I would normally add peas and or diced carrots to that while I was cooking it, but Mum's not massively fond of veg and things, so I didn't bother. I'm going to put that into there. Mashed potato on, go round the edge. This stops you moving the mince mixture around too much. So take a knife full of mash and sort of spread it on at the edge. If you just dollop it on in the middle, you kind of move all your mince and end up with uneven mince layer. And then level out the surplus. Put my knife in the water and I needed it. Using the very tip of your knife, literally just that bit there, I'm going to go all along making a pattern. Get you down so you can see. That's going back into the oven until it's browned, and then when I take it to Mum's tomorrow, all I've got to do is reheat it. Let's have a look at this chicken. loads in the bag. That would easily feed a family of 4 with leftovers. Very generous amount. It's like I think it was £5.50. £5.50 at full price, and I got it for £4.40 something. Was it, or £5.25? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to try a bit, but that looks very hot. It's definitely cooked. Bear with. It's really nice. I'm not getting too much heat for the marinade yet, but maybe that's because I only had one tiny bit. I can feel that there is a marinade there. I can feel it on my tongue. I'm such a wimp when it comes to spice. But that's nice. Yeah, that's delicious. If you are of Caribbean descent, you may be looking at that and going, we don't get Caribbean food in a bag from Asda, Carla. However, if you're not of Caribbean descent, you might be fooled into thinking that was legit. I think it's really nice. And I think it would be great for a barbecue because, you know, like you don't want to put chicken on the barbecue. I'm always a bit wary on a barbecue of doing chicken because, you know, you've got to be sure it's cooked properly. Those you could do in the oven beforehand, bring them out and serve them. In fact, I think I might do that my summer barbecue. I like that. Okay, I'll be back in a bit to show you my quiche and my cottage pie when they're finished. In the meantime, I've got a hell of a mess to clear up, just out of shot. There's my quiche. It's a little bit browner than I meant it to be. When I checked it about 5 minutes ago, it was still quite wet in the middle. Put it back in and thought I'll put a bit of foil on the top to stop it browning, and then forgot. So it's a little bit over browned, but that's fine. And then there's our cottage pie for tomorrow. My chicken's still sitting back there. I'm going to take the dogs out for a walk now, and when I come back I'm going to cut a slice of my quiche and show you how it looks inside. That is what a slice of my quiche looks like. Obviously it'd be better with pastry. Everything's better with pastry, but pastry is the devil's work. I'm having an orange for a snack and some vitamin C. Sitting outside Asda, that's just gone in to get some hair dye. I've had 2 pieces of my quiche. It works out £131 per piece. I nearly said 131 calories per piece. £131 per piece would be a bit steep, wouldn't it? Cut into 8 pieces, it's 131 calories per slice. I've had 2 pieces being a quarter of the quiche. That makes sense? So 262 calories. That's sort of my tea really, because I also ate a 2-finger Kit Kat before I came out. That's about 103 calories. And these are a bit dangerous. Natalie and I just got these in Home Bargains and I thought I better try one of these. Well, I tried 2 because one, I wasn't sure about one. They're 106 calories each, so that's another 212 calories. I think I better slow down on sticking stuff in my cake hole, literally cake hole, for the rest of today. It's to be fair, it's 10 to 7. There's not much of today left. Okay, I'm done with food for the day. I'm in bed. I'm bloody freezing. It's about 8 o'clock, but the earlier I go to bed, the earlier I stop filling my face. So I'm in bed. I'm going to ring my mother, watch some Doctor Who with that, I think, and then that's me done. So I will put how many calories I've used today here. I'll put how many I've got left. I know I've got some left today here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.